Today is the second Sunday of Lent, and some of you are already thinking, I have already blown it. Welcome to the human race. And the Church, Holy Mother Church in her wisdom on the second Sunday of Lent, gives us a little jolt of encouragement. And in this scripture that we have today, today's gospel, the Transfiguration, that's exactly what it is. It's backing up and getting perspective on the whole of Lent, on our purpose and what it's all about. So one thing we can glean from the gospel is that Jesus takes his friends on a journey. It's something that takes time. And the church doesn't give us one day of Lent to get ready for Easter. It gives us 40 days. This is a pilgrimage. This is a journey. Like life is a journey and a pilgrimage. So a hike is a great analogy for Lent. Kind of like a marathon is also a great analogy for Lent. One of our convents is in Manhattan, and I was out for a walk one evening, and I come upon First Avenue, which is just strewn with running clothes and water bottles. Then it dawned on me that earlier that day, the marathon had run through there. And what I was actually seeing wasn't the results of an overturned semi, but what was excess, that the runners were on their path and they had a mission, and anything that was too much had to go. And that's kind of what we do during Lent. Anything that is too much has to go. Anything that's separating us from the goal. Another thing that the Transfiguration reveals to us happens at the top of the mountain. When Jesus and his three friends get to the top of the mountain, several really astonishing things actually happen. Jesus is transfigured. He's totally transformed before them. And the apostles are getting a pre-screening of Easter Sunday. They're getting a glimmer of what's coming. And the church gives us this perspective so that we always have hope. So that no matter how difficult, no matter how deep the struggles, no matter how uncertain the times, that there is always hope before us. And we need that during Lent. We need to be able to look down the tunnel of the days to the brilliant radiance that comes at the end. Also on the top of this mountain is Revelation. We see Moses, we see Elijah. These are the superheroes of the Old Testament, and they're there testifying to who Jesus is. He's the fulfillment of the law. He's the fulfillment of the prophets. He is the Messiah that they've been waiting for, and they reveal the identity of Jesus. But even more profoundly than that revelation is what happens next, when they're all enveloped in a cloud and they actually hear the voice of God the Father saying, "This is my Son, listen to him." And God the Father himself reveals the identity of Jesus as divine. So not only is he the man they've been waiting for, but he is God. And whoever expected that the Messiah would be a divine Messiah. So Jesus is revealed now in his true identity as Son. And the Father is revealed as a good Father who loves his Son. And we have to wonder why the church would point us to this right here on the second Sunday of Lent. I don't think that Jesus was inviting his friends up there just to simply witness his prayer time with God the Father. I think Jesus was inviting them into his relationship with God the Father. He's opening up the possibility of relating with God the Father in the very same way that he does, as a trusting, loving, obedient son to a good Father who is trustworthy and who loves his Son. Jesus is inviting us into his own relationship to the Father, so the Father can look upon us and say, "My beloved Son, my beloved daughter." And so the church gives us a perspective on Lent, that Lent, as hard as it can be, as difficult as it can be at times, it's meant to be bringing us deeper and deeper into a relationship of love, the relationship between a father and a beloved child, which you and I indeed are.